The Black Phone opens in 1978, where a suburban area is terrorized by a threat known only as the Grabber, who abducts and murders young boys. Like all of the kids in the area, the siblings Finney and Gwen Blake are warned of the dangers of the Grabber, though they must also contend with their abusive alcoholic father, Terrence. Their mother died after years of suffering from disturbing psychic dreams, which Gwen discovers that she has inherited, experiencing visions of the Grabber abducting his latest victim, Bruce. When Gwen tries to warn the police, detectives Wright and Miller cast doubt on her psychic abilities. At school, Finney is the target of bullying, though his friend Robin confidently comes to his aid to fight off the attackers. Unfortunately, the Grabber then abducts Robin, followed by Finney shortly after. Finney wakes up alone in a basement, which is empty except for an old disconnected black rotary phone that is mounted on the wall. While fearing the horrors that await him, Finney begins receiving supernatural calls on the phone, all from the past murder victims of the Grabber, hoping to help Finney learn from their failed escape attempts to help save Finney from a similar grisly fate. Bruce tells Finney of a loose floor tile that can be removed in the hopes of digging a tunnel to freedom, though Finney is unable to dig deep enough. Billy instructs Finney to use a hidden cable to stand on to reach an otherwise inaccessible window, but the cable snaps under Finney's weight, thwarting his escape. Griffin tells Finney the combination to the lock at the Grabber's front door, though the killer's dog Samson guards the area even when the Grabber is sleeping. Vance helps Finney discover that he can break through the basement wall to enter a freezer in an adjacent room, but unfortunately the freezer door is locked, leaving Finney with no hope of escape. Finney then receives a final phone call, sadly discovering that his friend Robin is the Grabber's latest victim. Robin encourages his friend to have the confidence to fight, instructing him to pack the phone with dirt to make it a sturdier weapon. Meanwhile, detectives Wright and Miller race to find Finney before he becomes the Grabber's next victim. They question an eccentric man named Max who's obsessed with the Grabber, though he offers them no real help. Gwen's psychic dreams help her uncover the location of the Grabber's house, leading to Wright and Miller finally believing in her abilities and investigating. Upon searching the basement, the detectives realize that this is not in fact the area where Finney is being held, but instead where the Grabber has buried all of his previous victims. Max then realizes that the Grabber is in fact his own brother, and using his soundproof basement to hold the imprisoned Finney. As Max races to free Finney, the Grabber instead murders him, then heads down to the basement to kill Finney and flee before the police can catch him. As the film comes to a close, the Grabber enters the basement, where Finney uses the past help of the other victims to defeat his captor. He uses the cable under the window to trip the Grabber into falling into the pit under the loose tile, then beats the Grabber with a dirt-filled phone before snapping his neck with the phone cord. Finney then takes a steak from the freezer to feed to Samson, allowing him to finally escape the basement. In the end, Finney reunites with his psychic sister Gwen and their abusive father Terrence, who apologizes to the siblings for the horrible ways that he has treated them. Finney then returns to school a hero, having finally found the confidence in himself.